So in today's video, I have created the greatest NHL team of all time. That is right, I have created a team full of NHL superstars, legends, and alumni all across the board. This team is absolutely stacked. Now, we did do this last year, but the only way that I went 82-0 and won every single Stanley Cup was that my whole team was 99 overalls, and we are not going to be doing that this time. We're going to make it slightly a little bit harder. I can only choose 3 players, and I can make them a 99 overall. Everybody else has to stay at their original overall. And also, we are only going to have 5 years to do this, so we have to win 5 straight Stanley Cups. We cannot mess up whatsoever. We have to be literally perfect throughout the entire video, or we fail the challenge. Now that we know all the rules, let's go in and check out the roster of the greatest NHL team of all time. Alright, so this is the team that we are going to be rolling out on the ice. On the first line, we have a 97 Gretzky, a 97 McDavid, and a 99 Connor Bedard. He is one of the players that I jumped up. He was an 83 before. My thought process throughout this was that he's going to simulate absolutely so insane at a 99. On the second line, we have Gordie Howe, Nathan MacKinnon, and Leon Draisaitl. On the third line, we have John Beliveau, Mark Messier, and Maurice Richard. And of course, on the fourth line, we have Joe Sakic, Mario Lemieux, and Jaromir Jagr, who does not have any X factors. That is a bit odd, EA. I mean, honestly, I'm thinking about moving Lemieux up to either the second line or the third line. I think we're going to do second. We'll have Gordie Howe here on the fourth. Yeah, we're going to have Jagr, Gordie Howe, and Joe Sakic on that fourth line. Now, if we take a look at our defense here, we have Nick Lidstrom at a 94 and Adam Fox at a 99. Now, I know some of you might actually question why I put Adam Fox at a 99 overall. Well, in NHL 23, he simulated so well, way better than any other defender, and in NHL 24, it's pretty much the same. And also, he was the lowest overall defender on the team, so it's going to drastically improve our defense. Now that our weakest link is Paul Coffey and Victor Hedman at a 93, Adam Fox was a 92. So, on the second deep here, we have Roman Josi and Cale Makar, and of course, Paul Coffey and Victor Hedman. Let's check out our goalies here. The last 99 is going to be Martin Brodeur as our starting goalie, and our backup is going to be none other than Patrick Waugh at a 96 overall. There it is, boys. There is the roster of the greatest team that has ever been assembled. Now it's time to simulate and go on and win 5 straight Stanley Cups. I want to go 82-0 every single season as well. If you guys do enjoy videos like this, make sure you leave a like and subscribe to the channel for more content. Alright, now let's get into the video. Also, check out the jerseys, boys. Rate them 1 to 10 in the comments below. I went with kind of like a Halloween theme because we are close to it. I believe it's like the 15th or 16th of October. I don't even know right now. So, at the end of year number 1, the Akron Goats are going to end up finishing first in the Central. We didn't go 82-0 though. We only went 79-3, which was good enough for 143 points, which honestly is not good enough for me. I expected to be a lot better, honestly. We are going to be the best team in the NHL, obviously, followed by the Dallas Stars, the New York Rangers, Colorado was up there, and Toronto, Edmonton, Tampa Bay, and Minnesota. At the bottom of the NHL, we have St. Louis, the New York Islanders, San Jose, Arizona, and Buffalo. Yes, boys, I didn't delete Arizona. So, Connor McDavid is going to lead our team in points with 122, followed by Wayne Gretzky's 121. Mario Lemieux had 112. Adam Fox, see? I told you guys, Adam Fox simulates very well. 19 goals, 81 assists for 100 points, followed by Connor Bedard's only 47 goals and 90 points, despite the fact that he is a 99 overall. That is a little bit weird, but that is okay. Cale Makar is going to have 82, Draisaitl 76, Gordie Howe 68, and Paul Coffey 67. Now, if we take a look at goals, Wayne Gretzky is going to lead the way on our team with 61, followed by Lemieux's 55, McDavid also at 55, Connor Bedard had 47, Draisaitl 28, Joe Sakic 24. It really trails off. Martin Brodeur is going to play 57 games, going 49-4-3, 5 shutouts, a 917 save percentage, and a 217 goals against average. A very good season by him. Now, for the entire NHL, McDavid is going to lead in points with 122, and for goals, Gretzky is going to lead with 61. Ovi, McDavid, Lemieux, Matthews were all up there. And for the points here, let's take a look. Gretzky, Lemieux, Ovechkin, Adam Fox was up there. The New York Rangers, Adam Fox. Now, let's take a look at goalies here. See who led the goalies. Of course, Martin Brodeur is going to have the most wins at 49, followed by Ottinger's 44, and Shesterkin's 43. And for shutouts, Brodeur is actually not going to lead the way. Demko is going to have the most at 6. Brodeur coming second with 5. And here we go, boys. We are in the playoffs of year number 1. We did not go 82-0, but we must win the Stanley Cup. We have the Winnipeg Jets in round number 1. And there you go. Predictably, we did make the Stanley Cup final. We also never lost a game on the way there, sweeping every single opponent. And now in the Stanley Stanley Cup final, we have the New York Rangers and a 99 overall Adam Fox. Can we go on and win the Stanley Cup in year number 1? And we are going to go on in year number 1 and win that Stanley Cup as we sweep the New York Rangers in the Stanley Cup final. It was not even close. I mean, what did you really expect? We were undefeated heading into the Stanley Cup final. We have by far the greatest team of all time. This is just to be expected, boys. This is 1 of 5. We still have 4 more Stanley Cups that we need to win. So year number 1 is a successful damn season. And Connor Bedard is going to take home the Conn Smythe for the team of GOATs. The Akron GOATs. I believe he had like 12 goals and 20-some points. Regardless, he really dominated the postseason as he should. He's a 99, and there it is, boys, the Stanley Cup. Sadly, it's got to be raised in Madison Square Garden as we had home ice advantage. And here's our captain, Connor McDavid, lifting that damn Stanley Cup for the very first time in his career as the Akron GOATs have gone on and won the Stanley Cup in year number 1. 1 down, 4 more to go. Now, for the entire playoff run, Connor Bedard is going to lead our team in goals with 12 and points with 26, followed by Lemieux 20. McDavid also had 20. Draisaitl 19. Gretzky only had 18 and 9 goals. McKinnon was up there. Adam Fox, Gordie Howe, and Joe Sakic. Connor McDavid is going to take home the Ted Lindsay, the Art Ross, and the Hart Trophy, while Wayne Gretzky is going to win that Maurice Richard. Adam Fox is going to win the Norris, the Lady Byng to Lemieux, and the Conn Smythe to Connor Bedard. The Vezina is going to go to Martin Brodeur, and the Selke is going to go to Ryan O'Reilly of the Nashville Predators. Now, at the end of year number 2, the Akron GOATs are going to be the best team in the NHL, going 61, 17, and 4, good enough for 126 points. A major step back from last season. I mean, 17 losses? That is crazy, dude. Followed by the Edmonton Oilers. The New York Rangers were up there. Anaheim, Tampa Bay, Florida, Ottawa, and Columbus. Now let's take a look at the bottom here. We have Calgary, the Philadelphia Flyers, Minnesota Wild, San Jose, and St. Louis. Now Wayne Gretzky is going to lead our team in points with 96, also 43 goals, followed by McDavid's 92. Adam Fox had 85. Lemieux was up there with 75. Cale Makar 66. Bedard's only 61, even though he's a 99. God damn, he only scored 24 goals. Gordie Howe had 58. Draisaitl 57, and Paul Coffey 56. Now for goals on our team, Gretzky had 43, McDavid 37, Lemieux 34, and Draisaitl 26. Martin Brodeur is going to go 45, 11, and 4. 5 shutouts, a 909 save percentage, and a 244 GAA. It doesn't look like we're going to go 82-0 here in the NHL, but we still can go 5 for 5 on the Stanley Cups. Quinn Hughes is going to lead the NHL in points with 109, followed by Patrick Kane's 108. What the hell is going on, man? McDavid was up there. Draisaitl, Trevor Zegras had 103, Robertson 102, Crosby was up there, Pavelski, and McKinnon. Now, if we take a look at goals here, Ovi's going to damn near score 60 goals at age 39 with 59. Suglobov had 56. Who the hell is this guy? He's 19 years old, 90 overall. I swear these creative players go absolutely hard. Draisaitl had 55, Robertson 53, Kane had 51. Now let's take a look at the goalies here. Vasi's going to tie Martin Brodeur for the most wins in the NHL at 45. John Gibson was up there, Georgiev, Marc-Andre Fleury, and for shutouts here, Vanacek is going to lead with 8. And now in round 1 of the playoffs, we are going to have to play the Vegas Golden Knights. And yet again, we are in the Stanley Cup Finals once again against the New York Rangers, a rematch from last season. And we did still dominate the playoffs so far, making it to the Stanley Cup Final, only losing 1 game in the process. Can we go on and go back-to-back yet again, beating the New York Rangers in the Stanley Cup Final? Yet again, the Akron GOATs are going to go on and win that Stanley Cup as they beat the Rangers in 6 games in the Stanley Cup Final. It was a much closer series than last year, that is for sure, as yet again, we are Stanley Cup champions, going on and dominating the, well, I mean, I can't really say dominating the Rangers, but we still won. And the great one, Wayne Gretzky, is going to take home that Conn Smythe. 13 goals, 24 points for the GOATs. And there's the Stanley Cup, yet again, going to have to be raised in Madison Square Garden. I was hoping that we were going to win it on home ice after I saw that we did lose, but unfortunately, we cannot do that. Maybe one of these seasons we will. There's McDavid, yet again, coming to lift the Stanley Cup for a second time in his NHL career, going back-to-back with the Akron GOATs in NHL 24 as we are on the way of becoming the greatest NHL team of all time. Now, for the playoffs, Mario Lemieux is actually going to lead our team in goals with 18 and points with 25, despite the fact that he did not win the Conn Smythe. Draisaitl had 22, McKinnon 19, Adam Fox 19, 14. Bedard only had 3 goals but 14 points. Quinn Hughes is going to win the Ted Lindsay, the Art Ross, the Hart Trophy, and the Norris, while Alexander Ovechkin is going to take home that Maurice Richard. The Lady Byng is going to go to Patrick Kane, the Conn Smythe to Wayne Gretzky, the Vezina yet again to Martin Brodeur, and the Selke is going to go to Sid the Kid Crosby. So the New York Rangers are actually going to end up finishing with a better record than the Akron Goats, literally the greatest team of all time. They're going to win 64 games compared to our 61. What is going on right now? I'm getting outshined by the New York Rangers. I mean, we have the Rangers, the Goats, the Panthers, the Senators, Toronto was up there, Pittsburgh, Columbus, and Tampa Bay. At the bottom of the NHL, we have San Jose, Philly, Arizona, Detroit, Vancouver, and New York. Wayne Gretzky is going to lead our team in points with 102, followed by Adam Fox's 90. McDavid only had 89 for some reason. Gordie Howe had 85, Kucherov 80, Lemieux 75, Draisaitl 70, Makar 54, and Matthews 53. So we don't really have the offense that we had in year number 1. Now let's check out goals here. Gretzky's going to lead the way with 56, followed by Lemieux 44, McDavid only 30, Bedard 28 and 41 points. My God, what is going on, Connor Bedard? You're literally a 99 overall. Start fucking playing like it. Let's check out our goalies here. Martin Brodeur is going to go 46, 11, and 5. Only 2 shutouts, a 909 save percentage, and a 254 GAA. Now for the entire NHL, oh my God, Nikita Kucherov is going to dominate, leading in goals with 61 and points with 113. Carlson was up there, 112. What is going on with the defensemen in the simulation? They're going absolutely off. McDavid was up there, Zibanejad, Crosby, Adam Fox. Now for goals, other than Kucherov, Ovechkin was up there with 60. Suglobov had 60 as well. Gretzky 56. Nazem Kadri had 53. Cole Caulfield 51. JT Miller was up there. McDavid and Zibanejad. I don't even know what's going on right now. Goalies, let's take a look at goalies. Igor Shesterkin is going to damn near win 50 games. Brodeur 146. Spencer Knight 42. And for shutouts, Jesper Wallstedt is going to lead the way with 4. Actually, it's going to be like a 5-way tie. So let's go on and make the Stanley Cup final for a 3rd year in a row. We might actually end up playing New York yet again. Their team is beyond stacked. And yet again, we have made the Stanley Cup final. This time, we're actually going to play Toronto, not New York, as they lose in the 2nd round to the Columbus Blue Jackets. That is so disappointing, but it doesn't even matter. I'd rather play a new team. Screw it. We got Toronto versus the Akron Goats, who is going to go on and take home that Stanley Cup in year number 3. And we are going to go on and win back-to-back-to-back Stanley Cups, three-peating in the process as we beat Toronto in Game 7 of the Stanley Cup final. It was a very close series, a back-and-forth series. In fact, we were actually down 3-2. We forced a Game 7 and won it on home ice for the very first time in the video, as Wayne Gretzky yet again is going to go on and take home the Conn Smythe for us, as he was probably our best player throughout the entire playoff run. And there it is, the Stanley Cup finally being raised on home ice, as we are going to take it home for a 3rd year in a row, dominating the NHL. Here's our captain, Connor McDavid, coming to collect the Stanley Cup for the 3rd time in his career for a 3rd straight season, as the Akron Goats yet again go on and win the Stanley Cup in year number 3. Wayne Gretzky is going to lead our team in points for the playoffs. He also had 15 goals, but more importantly, 32 points. Nikita Kucherov had 28. Connor McDavid had 26. Gordie Howe 21. Lemieux was up there with 19. Cale Makar 17. Blake Wheeler is somehow going to take home the Ted Lindsay and the Hart Trophy, while the Art Ross is going to go to Nikita Kucherov and the Maurice Richard, also the Kucherov. I don't remember exactly how many points Blake Wheeler had, but it's very weird seeing him win these trophies. Okay, my bad. Blake Wheeler, a 39-year-old Blake Wheeler who's an 89 overall, is going to score 44 goals and 107 points. The Norris is going to go to Erik Karlsson, the Lady Byng to Kucherov, and the Conn Smythe to the great one, Wayne Gretzky. The Vezina to Igor Shesterkin, and the Selke is going to go to Sid the Kid Crosby yet again. So we are going to end up reclaiming our throne as the best team in the NHL, as we finish first, going 67, 10, and 5, followed by the Columbus Blue Jackets, the New York Rangers. Edmonton was up there, Florida, New York, Ottawa, St. Louis. At the bottom of the NHL, we have the Minnesota Wild, Seattle, Montreal, Washington, and Winnipeg. Yet again, the great one, Gretzky, is going to lead our team in points, this time with 129, followed by Connor McDavid's 117. Nikita Kucherov had 106, Adam Fox 97, Draisaitl 85, Gordie Howe 80. Lemieux was up there, Connor Bedard had 76, Cale Makar 59. Let's take a look at the goals here. Nikita Kucherov is going to lead the way with 50, followed by Gretzky's 49. McDavid McDavid was up there with 40, Connor Bedard 39, Lemieux 38. Yeah, we kind of got the scoring back this season, boys. We are definitely the best offensive team in the NHL. Martin Brodeur is going to win 51 games. Also had 8 shutouts, a 916 save percentage, and a 233 goals against average. Very good stats by him. But for the entire NHL, McDavid, the Edmonton Oilers, McDavid is going to have 138 points, followed by Draisaitl's 133. Gretzky had 129. Of course, Pasta was up there. Breadman had a big season. McDavid, Zibanejad, Nikita Kucherov 106, and Patrick Kane 106. Austin Matthews is going to lead in goals with 62, followed by Pasta's 60. Draisaitl had 56. Connor McDavid had 55. Suglobov had 51. Ovechkin 51. Kucherov 50. Again, the other Kucherov had 50. Martin Brodeur is going to lead in wins with 51, followed by Merzlikins 46 and Spencer Knight, who had 43. And for shutouts, Brodeur is also going to lead with 8. Shesterkin had 7. Merzlikins had 5, I believe. And in the playoffs, yet again in round number 1, we are going to have to play the Vegas Golden Knights. Let's go on and make that Stanley Cup final for the 4th year in a row, boys. 3 down, 2 more to go. And yet again, we have made the Stanley Cup final for a 4th year in a row. We are up against the Florida Panthers. Let's see if we can go on and win 4 straight Stanley Cups in the NHL. And yet again, the Akron Goats are going to go on and capture that Stanley Cup, winning in Game 7, just barely winning as we defeat the Florida Panthers in the Stanley Cup Finals. They really did put up a fight, but it was not enough to defeat the greatest NHL team of all time. We basically dominated our way to the Stanley Cup Final, and there is Nikita Kucherov winning the Conn Smythe for the Goats. 8 goals and 24 points. I'm going to bet that somebody else was better in the playoffs, but for some reason, EA is going to give him the Conn Smythe, and there it is, the Stanley Cup yet again. We've won 2 on the road and now 2 at home, and we have 1 more season to do, boys. 3 Stanley Cups down. Actually, no, 4 Stanley Cups down. 1 more to go. There is McDavid lifting it yet again. Let's see if we can go 5 for 5 and win the challenge of the video. So I was actually wrong. Nikita Kucherov is going to lead our team in points for the playoffs with 24, followed by McDavid's 22, also 10 goals. Connor McDavid is going to take home the Ted Lindsay, the Art Ross, and the Hart Trophy, while Austin Matthews is going to win the Maurice Richard. The Norris is going to go to Adam Fox, the Lady Bing to Pasta, and the Conn Smythe, of course, to Kucherov. The Vezina is going to go yet again to Martin Brodeur, and the Selke will go to Elias Lindholm of the Calgary Flames. Also, shout out Wi-Fi for winning the Bill Masterton Trophy. I mean, finally, we have a comeback season, winning 71 games, losing 10, and 1 in overtime. Good enough for 143 points. Finally, we're that goddamn dominant again. Toronto also came in 2nd place. Florida, Columbus, Vegas, and Buffalo. Now, at the bottom, we have Minnesota, Colorado, Detroit, and Seattle. Yet again, Wayne Gretzky is going to absolutely dominate. 52 goals and 133 points. Followed by McDavid's 122. Kucherov had 95. Fox 95. Draisaitl was up there. Gordie Howe. Bedard had 77. Mario Lemieux had 72. And Yager 62. Now for goals, let's take a look here. Gretzky is going to lead, but Bedard would come in 2nd place. Actually, Bedard and McDavid would each tie at 42 goals apiece. Kucherov had 41. Lemieux 38. Draisaitl 34. Maurice Richard had 30. And of course, Martin Brodeur 54 wins, 8 losses. No shutouts on the season. Okay, that is honestly very odd. Now for the entire NHL, Wayne Gretzky is going to lead in points, followed by Austin Matthews, who had 126, McDavid 122, the other McDavid 119. Ken Johnson had 119 as well. Pasta was up there. Patrick Laine, Mitch Marner, and Leon Draisaitl. Now for goals, Matthews is going to score 71, leading the league, followed by Alexander Ovechkin 62. Patrick Laine had 61, Pasta 60, Suglobov had 59, McDavid was up there, Gretzky, Tokarski, and Kaprizov. Martin Brodeur is going to have the most wins, but obviously he's not going to have the most shutouts. That is going to go to Ilya Sorokin, who had 6. And yet again, we are back in the Stanley Cup Final for 5 years in a row. This time, we're up against the New York Islanders as they sweep the Rangers in the conference finals. All right, so here we go, boys. This is the moment of truth. Can we go on and complete the challenge going 5 for 5, or are we going to fail miserably at the last possible moment against the New York Islanders? Let's find out. And just like that, boys, we have completed the entire challenge of the video, going 5 for 5, winning every single Stanley Cup. As yet again, we dominate in the Stanley Cup Finals, sweeping the Islanders. It was not even close. Unfortunately, though, we did not go 82-0 at any point throughout the video. I really wanted that, but I guess it wasn't enough. I guess the only way to do it is literally putting every single player at a 99 overall. And even if that, we only did it one time, I believe, last video. And there it is, Gretzky taking home another Conn Smythe. There it is, the Stanley Cup being raised at UBS Center. Is that the one it's called? I don't even know. All I know is that the Islanders got a brand new arena last season. I think it's called like UBS Center or something like that. Regardless, there is Connor McDavid yet again. 5 straight years in a row with this team winning the Stanley Cup, as the Akron Goats are the greatest NHL team of all time. The great one is going to take home the Ted Lindsay, the Art Ross, and the Hart Trophy, while yet again Matthews is going to win that Maurice Richard. The Norris is going to go to Adam Fox, the Lady Byng to Gretzky, and the Conn Smythe also to Gretzky. The Vezina will go to Martin Brodeur yet again, and the Selke will go to Elias Lindholm of the Calgary Flames. And that is going to do it for this video, boys. If you enjoyed the video, leave some support on it. If you did not enjoy it, you do not have to do a single thing. And there you go, boys. We have completed the challenge, going 5 for 5. We did not get 82-0. I'm kind of mad about that. I'm not even gonna lie. I really wanted that, but we unfortunately couldn't do it, I guess. But we would end up winning 5 straight Stanley Cups and basically creating the greatest NHL team of all time. I mean, let me know in the comments if you guys think this is the greatest NHL team of all time. If not, let me know who is. Thank you all for watching, and until next time, don't be silly. Wrap your willy.